The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Let's close out the weekend with what should be a good one on Monday Night Primetime between the Washington Commanders and the San Francisco 49ers. Hello to everyone watching. Joined by Brock Ewart up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And in a while, we're going to find out the answer to a question that fans have been asking for nearly half a year at this point. Who is going to represent this conference in the Super Bowl?
All of these coaches and players preached all season long, never look ahead. You can't do it, right? You've got to focus so much on the present. But you know that every man out there is so aware of what's on the line today, where they could be playing in 2 weeks. It's going to be a game-long challenge, no question, to keep the focus on the right here and the right now. Once you've got a win iced away, well, then you can start entertaining those Super Bowl thoughts and those Super Bowl realities.
A date on Super Bowl Sunday awaits one of these teams as we begin the NFC Championship Game. Starting from the 5. He's brought down just inside the 25. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. And leading them out, it's one of the game's all-time leading passers. The top pick back in 2009. Still going strong. It's Matthew Stafford.
This is one of those fine lines as you take the field as a quarterback. You know that your play is going to be so important to find a way to win. It always is in postseason football. But you can't put too much pressure on yourself. You got to go out there, you got to cut it loose. And most importantly, you got to lead your men.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Injuries like these haven't stopped them from locking up a playoff spot, Brock. They've been able to fight through them to remain one of the best teams in the entire conference.
I mean, I love that word, fight. It's definitely the key one here. There's been tremendous fight, grit, toughness, up and down this roster to keep their level of play despite all these injuries. And they've gotten some tremendous fight out of the players who've stepped into those shoes and taken advantage of the opportunities.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. It is caught left side. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down now, ball at the 33. Right up the gut. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Play action now for Stafford. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They rule him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down. And he's taking chances like that help make them a postseason team, Brock. They're going to need to connect on at least a couple of those in this game.
Exactly. These are the types of plays we expect from every team in the postseason, right? Well-timed risk and an aggressive mindset that reflects all the stakes of each and every game.
We'll get a pause for an injury. Oh, this is not a good sight. Matthew Stafford, the man in some pain out there following the play. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. Fields this at the 19. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken 2nd in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
This is one of those fine lines as you take the field as a quarterback. You know that your play is going to be so important to find a way to win. It always is in postseason football, but you can't put too much pressure on yourself. You got to go out there, you got to cut it loose, and most importantly, you got to lead your men.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
And he's down very close to that first, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4. Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Daniels keeps it himself. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And we've got a tough QB who wants to put it on his shoulders. He's signing for it.
That one's complete, right side. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
Daniels going to keep it. There's the intensity we expect in the playoffs. The defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
3rd and short, Daniels has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Let's go now. Ready. 70, ready.
Shotgun give now to Bigsby. And he's able to get it past midfield and down on the 49er side. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Thrown for his running back, but he comes up empty, incomplete, and now they're facing 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Now they send their back in motion right. Going all the way to the end zone here. Defender gets his hand in there and breaks it up. A possible touchdown denied. That's going to bring up 4th down. Their partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. That's grabbed at the 10. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. 2nd drive coming up for this 49ers offensive unit. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. 49ers to the line. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Jones. Now set up the screen to McCaffrey. Room to work at the 35. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. How about 29 yards on 1st down? And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs. Well, you love when you can go from 1st down to 1st down, Brock. Makes things easy for an offense, and it is the primary reason that he gets looks that he does.
Every touch he gets has a solid chance of working out just like that. It's why many of these first quarter looks have his name all over them.
Now Jones. Send it out wide to Samuel. Space on the right. He's got room. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. Deebo Samuel to touchdown. We know all these players are aware of what's at stake here, Brock, and that is the score they needed to get them moving in this conference final.
We know it's not how you start, it's how you finish, especially with stakes this high. But, jeez, you couldn't start any better.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Commanders nothing.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Back out run the Commanders for their second drive of the game. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Blitz is there, and he goes down. And after one play of this drive, might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for a second down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
From the gun, it's Daniels. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first two plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely third down pickup.
Third and long for Daniels. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Punt meets him at the 28. He gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood midfield. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. In that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Jones looking to throw. It's going to be caught by his back. McCaffrey. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
We're 1 quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. 7-0 is our score. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They'll have it 3rd and 3.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Looking from the gun, here's Jones. It's caught, Pearsall has it. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
And the 49ers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Now it's Jones out the play action. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10.
To throw again, it's Jones. Completed over the middle. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
We get a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Cade, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Defender is there, he knocks it away, and that's going to force fourth down. Well, it was not that long ago, Brock, that a linebacker on a running back was a mismatch that you wanted. That is no longer the case, as he's comfortably there to tip that away.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, because back in the day, those linebackers were 240, 250, sometimes 260 pounds. And it's such a disadvantage in space, but that's not the case anymore. These guys, well, most of them can really run. The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Commanders all set to regain possession. They need some kind of score here, Brock, to keep this from getting away from them on the road in the postseason. All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. They give up the gut to Bigsby. And he needed his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice. Now he really managed to second down.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Daniels. Hits him on the end route. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Move the chain! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Man's in motion right. Play action now. Daniels. 49ers closing in, and down he goes. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for an offense.
That's McLaurin on the quick slant. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions you never turn them down, but to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Dump off caught by his back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong. When I sit and judge a defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got them equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Now up comes the San Francisco offense. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. He's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Gain of 15 there. And that gives the 49ers the first.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively, because you also know you can set the table for more.
Quite the start to that drive, huh, partner? First play sets him up at the 38. On 1st down, it's Joseph throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that drives him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
Got to get some protection up front here, Kate. He is already in the game because they knocked out the starter, and trust me, you don't want to get to the emergency quarterback.
In a real troublesome spot here, Brock. That sack has him set up 2nd down and 21.
At the 60, at the 60.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, Those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And hey, we see a lot of the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Commanders set to take over. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old-school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback in his offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
So it looks like it'll be second and maybe a yard as we come back, Brock, from our 2-minute warning. More from Sunday Night Primetime on the other side. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Daniels now. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Upton Stout. To be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. 49ers to the line. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. Short pass brought in. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that means it'll be 1st down San Francisco.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
1st down throw by Jones. That's Cox again. It's Kittle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Finds him over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They go play fake with Jones. Finds a man right side. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge before the defender can cover it.
And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All set to go now from the 35. Jones going to throw again. Completed to his running back. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Ready, hawk, set,
From the red zone now. And he will score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers will add to their lead at the end of the half. George Kittle, the touchdown. Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Extra point set right down the middle. And the 49ers take a 3-possession lead.
17. Commanders nothing. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Rick Martin making that play. So a one-sided contest as we reach the break here. Let's head over to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. 2 more quarters to play here, and the Super Bowl matchup will be set. Let's take a look at what happened earlier this afternoon. Our look around the NFL starts now. We begin at Highmark Stadium. It's the Bills at home to take on the Chiefs. And this is Joshua Palmer. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Bills are off to the Super Bowl. They had to win 3 games to get there. They did it, and they'll represent the AFC. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we hand it back over to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
The Hallis Trophy awaits one of these teams, partner. Just a half to go as we're off in the 3rd quarter. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds. The hand has excellent field position up across the 40. Dan Quinn sending his Commanders out for another drive. In that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this 3rd quarter. Starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here we go.
The tight end in motion now. Now Daniels off the play action. To the left and hauled in by Likely. Great coverage all the way to the sideline. They're on him to end that quick pass before he can get vertical.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's a get to Bixby. One will not get there. They're turned away right near that marker. Now it's 4th down. The Commanders ready for the punt. Brady Mann will kick it away. He has it at the 13. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Well, this group right here, Brock, poised to make a run in the playoffs. But they've had to earn that trip to the postseason, haven't they, without some of their teammates here on the field.
And for everyone on this injury report, the key is recovery. If you got a shot to make it back, any shot, you're going to do all you can to be a part of a playoff run. And for those guys out there playing today, the key word is prevention.
He's got it deep downfield. He's all the way across midfield, down to inside that 45-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
One thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Ready? Wait, hot. 180.
On the play fake, here's Stafford. It's Mayer, he's got it! And he's brought down at the line.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. To the air on 3rd and long. Take it in on the right side by Pearsall. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that gives the 49ers the 1st.
49er, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Play action now for Stafford. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that sack.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. From the gun, McCaffrey is able to drive that pile about a yard. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness.
Lucas Van Ness on the tackle. Brings up 3rd down.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my face compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here.
Set. 280.
3rd and long for him here. Samuel snags this over the middle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Piniero's kick is good. And this one is center chains. Couldn't have hit that much better.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Now Piniero on to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they face 2nd down. Daniels setting up the play action. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Washington, first down. A gain of 26 yards.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. On him quick, and they bring it down. And the fourth sack of the game right there brings up second down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. It's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Play fake here. Daniels. That's caught. It's McLaurin downfield. He gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. And that one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Going on first down. Daniels hits him on the out route. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. To throw, Daniels. It's inside the 10. And that is a Washington touchdown. The Commanders shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, they'll look for him.
Point after by Revis is good. And the Commanders drop the lead back to 13. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Has this at the 6. Good work so far. He's got room. Keeps away from one. Field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
We get to playoff football, Kate, and every team's going to excel in 3 phases. You've got to. Offense, defense, special teams. What an excellent return. And the type of effort they expect from themselves in postseason football.
Coach Kyle Shanahan ushering his 49ers offense back to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First down from the 42. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I'll tell you what, kid, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
From the red zone on first. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying to find his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
At the 20-yard line.
Ready. Sit on.
Stafford back to throw. Completed over the middle. Attacking the screen. Look at this defense getting him down behind the line.
Brought down back at the 24-yard line.
Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. 49ers with the football, hoping to close out a playoff victory. The Commanders in the dime set for this third down. Here he goes, third and long. Escapes the pocket. sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That may not look like much, and on tomorrow's grade sheet, it'll just be an S for satisfactory, but that's a good decision. Nowhere to go with the ball, and don't put it in harm's way.
Pinheiro's kick is good, and that'll give them a 16-point advantage.
Well, it's hard to call that the official moment that sealed this win, but up 16 here in the 4th, it's going to take a heck of a sequence of events to see this game tied back up.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. And he's out a little short of the 30. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. From the gun, it's Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. Some fresh set of downs now from the 39. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Caught by Godwin on the slant. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Washington.
To the air again, Daniels. Gets it to him on the screen. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Now following the play, one of the 49ers banged up. He's in some pain. We're going to pause here as he gets checked on. They've got 1st down here from the 36.
Come on. Hey, Bronco 80.
Daniels is going to throw again. They'll be in trouble now, and the ball is out. And this is picked up by the 49ers. That return doesn't get much, but it does get him across the midfield stripe.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
So here come the 49ers on offense. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Lady.
Here's McCaffrey. He sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts, a very minimal gain.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Safford. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
We've set it downs from the 37.
Set.
On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Yeah, a little bit of big completion, Brock, if not for that meddling defender who knocked it away. It sets up 3rd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
This one is also going to be incomplete. Knocked away again, and they're left looking at 4th down.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that fourth down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure. The cover guys go shut it down. I think you could call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. This makes it up to the 25. Now comes the Commander offense for another series. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Short pass brought in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Offense in a hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to work ahead for a couple here. It's 3rd down now. Dose of the hurry up offense here.
A gain of 2 on the play. And this.
3rd and short, Daniels. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the 49ers take possession down inside the 30 after the interception.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. So you know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. '49ers to the line. 1st and 10.
Set. Wait, hot. 250.
Now it's McCaffrey. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
280.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And all he can get is a yard here, bro. It's going to be 3rd down. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. 49ers, well, they can probably just run away and hide. Third and 4 coming up now.
Set. Red 80.
On the give, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down, not by much. You got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
280.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers put up even more points in a win. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Right down the middle. It's good. And the 49ers continue piling on to this lead.
Commanders 7. Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. Dan Quinn sending his Commanders out for another drive. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Bigsby. That play good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And he's going to keep it. Nearly broke even, but the defenders followed that zone read well. It's going to cost him about a yard.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the boot cave, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another kid at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
That one's complete right side. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. And you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. On the give, it's Bigsby. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Daniels from the pistol. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. Now all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. One final shot here. And the pass is dropped. Fitting. That would be their final play of the game as we've reached the end of this one. So the 49ers take the win here in front of the faithful in Santa Clara. They are your NFC champions, Brock. What a mix of emotions out there right now, right? Happiness to have made it, and also remembering this isn't the ultimate prize. There's a far more important game still to come.
Yeah, and I think maybe they think about that tomorrow. Kind of like these baseball teams do such a great job, Kate, of celebrating every series win.
Yeah.
You're going to celebrate this, and these guys are going to enjoy the heck out of it with their families and friends, and then they'll wake up tomorrow and they'll remember there's still a lot of work ahead for the biggest trophy of all.
Hi everyone, Scott Hansen with you, and this is the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Plenty of action to get to. We'll begin in Santa Clara. The Niners at home to take on the Washington Commanders. And this is Christian McCaffrey. He'll use his blockers and maneuver his way to the end zone, 8 yards on the touchdown. From there, how about we head out to Buffalo? Let's check in on the Bills as they host the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is Josh Palmer. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Bills find a way. They win it by a point.